Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack and today we will play with Normcore tampers. So as you know, if you've seen my some of my other videos, I am a big fan of the Normcore spring-loaded tamper. So much so that I have two, one for La Pavoni. I also have the one for my Decent. Really good. I don't really like the look, but so easy to use. You don't have to worry. I mean, tamping is not a big issue. I mean, as long as you're consistent, but you don't have to worry to be leveled. And it's so precise. That's why we love it. It's almost to the edges. So much so that sometimes you can pull up the filter basket itself, or even some people may say the coffee bed, it's the coffee pack itself. So the way you use this one, when you press, you also rotate and then you take it out, and this way everything stays as it should be. You get choice of 3 springs. The one that is pre-installed is a 25-pound spring. You also have the 15 and 30 in a box, so you can choose. Relatively heavy, nicely made. You can find cheaper tampers, but you can also find tampers that are much more expensive. So the original Force tamper costs like 170 or something. So the outer is made out of aluminium. This one is a stainless steel, supposedly food grade. The tiny issue, but that is my fault of not keeping it clean. The underneath, not sure if you can see, there is always some coffee that gets there. Recently I got another tamper, and that's a palm tamper from Normcore. We will compare those two and we see if there is any difference, and we will pull 2 shots and we'll see how espresso. I'm not expecting there will be a difference in taste, but who knows. What I like about Normcore is no nonsense packaging. You just get a small box. By the way, you will find my affiliate links for Amazon in the description. If you wanna support the channel, you can click on them. You can buy either this product or something completely different, but as long as you click on that, there is a chance I will get some small commission and you pay the normal price. So please check if you wish so. And there is just a tamper. What else would you expect, Jack? It's nice. I in one of my previous videos I mentioned that the Normcore is made out of plastic. Now it's I think it's an aluminium. It's not a plastic, or it's cold in touch. Nice stand, and then you've got that tamper. So what's interesting about this tamper, because there are plenty of palm tampers, this one, there is a spring inside. There is just one spring, so you don't get a choice of springs, but there is that spring. So again, you won't press any harder than the spring allows. See inside. So normally when I pull a shot, I like to use, well, first I use the WDT, which is a homemade, then I use the leveler, and then I use the tamper. But for today, because we want to compare those 2 tampers, I will just use the tampers. Okay, I won't be using any other techniques. I will use my hand possibly to just even up the coffee bed, but otherwise it will be just tampers. So the coffee we're using today, it's a has-been coffee from Kenya. We should taste something like a blackcurrant cheesecake. I've tried it on La Pavoni and it was okay-ish. I tried it on a Decent using a blooming espresso shot, and it was perfect. So and it works really well with the longer ratio shots. But today I will use a default profile on the Decent, just to make everything comparable and simple. As a grinder, we will be using a DF64 with SSP multi-purpose burrs. That again will bring up the clarity of that coffee. Very simple. There is that slow pre-infusion, then the pressure goes to 9 bars, and then it will be slowly going down. Temperature will be around 90. Well, some people mention why the temperature for the espresso on a decent is usually on a lower end. Obviously, you can change it. You can change the temperature as you wish, but you need to remember that the temperature on the decent is measured pretty much at the pack, at the group head, while lots of other machines they measure the temperature at the boiler, and then once from when the water goes from the boiler into the group head, it loses the temperature. So that's the difference. Obviously, you know how to tamp the coffee, so I just quickly, as you can see, I haven't done anything to the coffee. I just gently tapped the edge. It's a little bit uneven. I would strongly recommend to use well, at least WDT. So I will tamp and press first. A nice, very precise. Okay, so slowly. So we haven't done any WDT or anything, so there will be channeling, obviously. This is very light roast. Look at that. That's the reason you have to do WDT. It took 29 seconds. As you can see, lots of things going on during that shot. Ideally, we would like the line even and more or less the same as the blue line, which is the water flow. Here, you can see there were lots of things going on. So let's taste it, yeah? Let's taste the espresso. Definitely that sourness is dominant. It's like a kind of a sweet sourness, very pleasant. A little bit of that bitterness, possibly because of the channeling. So certain parts of the coffee pack were over extracted, certain parts under extracted. Yeah, I definitely taste black currants. Not the worst shot I had, definitely not the best. Let's see what we can get with the same settings, but using the palm tamper. Will there be any difference? That's the question. First time I'm using it. So put it here and press. And again, that easy. Looks clean to me. Have a look. The tamper itself, there shouldn't be any coffee residue, the way you get a little bit with the spring-loaded tamper. Okay. Also very fast. Some channeling. Look at that. Shot itself looks okay-ish, but you've probably never seen so much channeling on Decent. And the shot took 27 seconds, so it's not a huge difference, you know, 29, 27, but look at that. It looks even worse than the previous one. Lots of things going on. How will it taste? You know what? It tastes sweeter. It's sweeter. I mean, there were 2 seconds of difference. I'm wondering why. Cannot explain that. And plus, I am covered with coffee from that huge channeling. So I was expecting this to be worse. Actually, well, they're both similar, but this one tastes sweeter and more pleasant. That bitterness, it kind of went down a little. I mean, it's still there, it's still present. I know I can still get much better shots. So obviously today's video completely unscientific. Yeah, completely. I just pulled two shots. Both were not great. The second shot on the graph looked a little bit worse than the first one, but tasted a bit better. I washed my mouth with water before. I tried to do everything as similar as possible. Would I recommend to buy tampers from Normcore? Definitely, I like them. This one got some issues with the coffee, possibly getting stuck underneath here. Uh, but you get free springs, so you've got a better control. Possibly you like lighter or stronger tamping, I don't know. Then this one will offers you a little bit better control. This one, although not very easy, but it's possible still to go a little bit uneven. Okay, it's you would have to really try to do it unevenly, but it is possible. With this tamper, I don't see a way you tamp unevenly because of the way it's built. But I don't know what kind of spring is inside. I would assume, don't quote me on that, I would assume there is a 25-pound spring here. So the next step would be maybe to test it with WDT, with leveler, and see how they taste against each other. If you want to see that kind of video, definitely click like, subscribe, and leave comments below. I will see what I can do. Also, leave the comments. Do you have any of those tampers? If you are someone who's got both, do you notice any difference between in the taste of the coffee, in the extraction of the coffee? Am I missing something? Maybe I should do something differently. Definitely, please leave the comment. But for today, thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack. This is my coffee show, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.